Hello everyone, BD here, and welcome back to Bioshock Infinite. As promised, today we're going to dive into the Burial at Sea DLC. Let's get right into it, shall we?
We're closed.
You don't look the sort who can afford to turn down legitimate work.
What do you want?
How about we start with a light?
This looks a bit different. It's more Art Deco than it is Colombian architecture. It's quite nice. December 31st, 1958. The Civil War in Rapture started in 1959, as I recall. Actually, was it? It was a New Year's Eve party. That's when the trouble started, as I remember. But I don't remember if it was New Year's Eve 1958 or New Year's Eve 1959. It's 1960 is when the first Bioshock is set. As if I'm remembering things right. Still a former Pinkerton. What universe is this, then?
Well, you got a name, miss?
Elizabeth. You can call me Elizabeth.
What can I do for you?
There's a girl who needs to be found. Maybe you've seen her.
This girl's dead.
You know her.
You'll see dozens of her tied down by the docks or the slums in Apollo Square. Orphans. With Fontaine's charity shut. No place for them.
But her you know.
As I said, girl's dead.
Lost.
Look, I don't know where you get...
Lost isn't dead. Name your rate, I will pay you for this work. But you do this one gratis, wouldn't you?
I don't follow.
Something tells me you will.
Okay, so he knows Fontaine. That would put this in Rapture then, wouldn't it? Apollo Square, all that stuff. So this Booker DeWitt resides in Rapture then, does he? Andrew Ryan.
Seems my instincts were correct.
Where's Sally?
I don't know, but I know someone who does. Follow me.
Very nice. So strange to see Rapture looking so pristine.
What's this girl to you?
What I need from her is my business. But I know where to start looking. Something tells me a man with your particular talents could be useful.
Ryan, he's a big fish in an awful smaller pond.
Anything you say, pal.
Doesn't matter how small the pond is if he owns it.
Why just one city? Why not two, eh?
It's Health and Eve instead of Salt. He obviously still has his... Let's see, it's Vigors and Infinite.
If we were all made from common clay, then Einstein would have remained a patent clerk.
What's it called in the first one? Plasmids, I think. Something to that effect.
So sad. Edward thinks the way to my heart is
Yeah, little wonders. Where little sisters are made.
What happened to these children?
Oh, good
What are
lord.
they?
Where have you been? Cabin in Arcadia? Little sisters. Atom factories.
It's grotesque.
Very disturbing.
Hey, keep moving, buddy.
Alright, fine.
Compromise? Is that why we came to Rapture?
Jet postal.
Come on, we haven't got all day.
Mr. Bubbles.
What do they even look like under those suits?
could be problematic. We have to deal with them later.
But I say you should have to prove you're properly versed on time before you're allowed to vote. Get on with it. Do you have any idea how
Wait,
valuable my time is?
I want to crouch. I forget how to crouch. Whatever.
Ryan's been good to me. Few are the patrons who truly understand the struggle of the artist. But even I was a little leery when he shuttered Fontaine's business and sent that bald buck to a grave deep in the briny. But when Ryan buried all of Fontaine's pals in that department store, someone had to find a home for all those freshly minted orphans. And if I turned $1 or $2 in the process, you can hardly blame me for doing well by doing good.
What's your opinion?
Everyone wants to cut the tallest flower up there.
Art, science, industry.
Works for Ryan's security firm. I got it firsthand.
It's all very pretty here. It's unsettling.
DeWitt? The Hostic sees you, he'll toss you out on your ass again.
Yeah, alright. Anything to take from the desk? Doesn't look like it. Pastries. Delicious.
Funny,
What?
you not knowing about the Little Sisters. How long have you been in Rapture?
Let's just say I don't get out much.
You've got eyes and ears, don't you?
If I wanted to share my life story, Mr. DeWitt, I would write my memoirs. If I learned anything about Rapture, that it was a place where people understood to mind their own business.
Where are we headed?
The man we need to see is in the Garden of the Muses.
How do you know?
My sources are my own, Mr. DeWitt. If you have better information as to the whereabouts of your girl, I suggest you avail yourself of it.
Righto.
Where are you taking me?
When's the last time you saw Sally?
What?
She was taken from you, wasn't she?
How do you know this?
She was taken, down at Surprise. You were playing the tables and...
She disappeared.
And?
Cop friend of mine, Sullivan, says they found her floating in the docks.
You see the body?
Look.
Did you see the body? This world values children, not childhood. There's a profit to be made and men who make it. I'm taking you to one of them. Mr. DeWitt, you all right?
I'm fine. Just get these spells sometimes. It'll pass.
Curious.
Refreshments,
Oh,
madam?
We're fine, thanks.
oh good. Teleporting. It wants me to go that way. Let's see what's around here. Any more audio logs?
Mr. DeWitt, back again. And so soon.
Oh, well, that's new. The greatness of Dr. Bridget Tenenbaum.
Are you in the know? Innovation and competition are what fuel Rapture. But that fuel can be diluted with rumor or flat-out lies. The rumor monger asks, what are these so-called splicing side effects? Well, take a look around you. Do you see anything wrong with your neighbor? The rumor monger asks, why has Tenenbaum withdrawn from the public's eye? Dr. Tenenbaum is a scientific mind unparalleled, even in Rapture. She's no doubt in her lab, toiling away at her next great innovation. I heard she was in cahoots with Fontaine. Merely slander from jealous naysayers. Remember, Rapture competes through innovation, not cheap shots. Bridget Tenenbaum is a woman who represents the best of science and industry. In other words, she's a Rapture gal. Now you know.
Interesting. Now, from what I know from the first few Bioshocks, Bridget Tenenbaum discovered the sea slug that possessed Adam and what could be done with it. And then when she discovered what the little sisters were, she changed her mind.
Mr. DeWitt, I'll find my source inside of that club.
Cohen. What does that lunatic have to do with Sally?
Very interesting.
Private party. No entry without invitation.
We'll see about that.
Which business do you represent, sir?
Business?
Yes, which business?
DeWitt Investigations.
Mr. Cohen does not truck with private detectives. Masks of invitation went to artists and craftsmen alone.
I'm with the artist struggle. We're expected.
No mask, no entry.
Stuffed shirt.
These invitation masks he spoke of. They must have gone out to local artisans.
Well, I guess we'll have to persuade someone to loan us one.
The business of Rapture is business. Says it's sponsored by the Artist Struggle, the Golden Rule, and Rapture Records.
I guess those stores will be as good a place to start as any.
Multiple objectives. Start with the first one then. Let's see, the golden rule is right there.
What brought you to Rapture?
A man.
Really? You don't strike me as the romantic type.
Wasn't that kind of man.
Then what?
There's a debt that needs repaying.
I've known my share of Shylocks. You're no Shylock.
Wasn't that kind of debt.
Bring us the girl. Well, let's see. Golden rule. What's in here? Maintenance. Oh, there's another one of these. The bouncer.
Are you in the know? The Big Daddy may look imposing, but he's a gentle giant.
Lies.
Do you know all he does for Rapture? These metal jets are the hands that maintain Rapture, digging the foundation out of the seabed and guiding structural supports into place. Where do these metal mysteries come from? Sorry, chum, that's a Ryan Industries trade secret. Now you know.
Ooh. Lots of exploring to do. Watch clock. Interesting diner.
Hello, Booker. Where have you been hiding her?
I'm behind her anyway, mate.
Another one. You got an issue with my food pen. You're welcome to put on an apron.
Good, thanks. Oh, there's something.
I had all of these visions before coming down here of Utopia. Every man with his hand on the great chain, the wheel of progress turning. Every cliche you can imagine. And what is the first thing that happens when I open up shop? Petty thievery. Now I have to lock all my valuables in a closet. Remember 2076. It's the problem with coming to Utopia, is that it still has the people.
Is this said closet here, or is it somewhere else? It's probably somewhere else. I don't see anything that has a lock on it. At least not that kind of lock. Let's see. That's back the way. The Aegean.
How do they work?
Something about stem cells.
What's a stem cell?
Who do I look like? Bridget Tenenbaum?
Oh, there's the slug. It's the atom slugs. Very interesting.
Whatever that barber did to you, I hope he's retained a capable attorney.
Two 2076. 2076. What's in here? Huh. Interesting mechanic. Get money by finding things and not just money.
When Ryan take over Fontaine Futuristics, scene of a terrible violence. Splicers burning each other to bits. Lucky ones not killed, sent to department store prison instead. Suchong think he dead man too. But then Ryan comes to Suchong and says, Suchong want to be buried in filthy store, or Suchong want to make a good salary? Work for Ryan. How much salary? Asks Suchong. This Ryan find very funny.
Oh, okay. That was something. Let's see. Yi Su-shang was the one who developed Would You Kindly?
Invitations to Cohen shows are highly coveted. Nobody's gonna just hand us one.
You think you can figure out a way to distract the store owner while I take a look around?
You just find the mask. Leave the distractions to me.
Welcome.
It's probably in the back then.
Excuse me. Lady has some questions for you.
Yes, of course.
I'm interested in this piece.
Ah, excellent. You've an eye, haven't you, miss? It's a natural sapphire and diamond, 18-karat gold ring, fully hallmarked for Paris, 1887.
Really?
The center cabochon... Excuse me, sir?
That's a lot of fine talk about a stolen ring.
I beg your pardon?
Right out of her coffin in Twilight Fields. Did you think we wouldn't notice?
I can assure you that...
The assurances of a grave robber are of no...
those masks out in some kind of box.
You hand the ring back, the matter will remain between you and me.
What? Oh.
I don't think so. Hit the bricks, you tramp. I'll see you.
Damn.
Get your hands off me!
Oh, well, this Elizabeth can take care of herself too, it seems.
Might be best if we were gone when he wakes up. Any luck?
Nothing. Let's find another shop.
Where should we look next? Upstairs at the Artist's Struggle, or Rapture Records straight ahead?
Let's go to Rapture Records then. No, there it is.
Dr. Steinman told me he uses my picture to judge facial symmetry.
Oh, Steinman.
Sexual intimacy is no different than any other commodity, friend. You sell soybeans, I sell companionship.
It's disgusting.
That's
World's oldest profession.
Sir, ma'am.
You see that dish I walked in with? Will you give her the star treatment, pal? That'll make it worth your while.
Of course, right away.
That's Beyond the Sea.
What is this piece?
It's by Trenet, but of course, covered by Mr. Reinhardt.
Oh, it's lovely.
That is actually correct. Django Reinhardt does this cover.
Music does something to me.
Nice that they put that in.
It's almost primal, isn't it? Part of us that exists before thought, before logic, purely sensual.
The finest music touches.
Let me steal all your things. Leave that be. Allegro for a flute clock.
Oh, it's so intoxicating. So
Only one place left.
Yes, one feels the urge to
Surrender.
Easy now, Elizabeth.
I must go. I must go. Even one more note shall prove my undoing.
Alright, that's enough playing around with that.
Nothing?
No. Got one place left, though.
And if that proves to be fruitless?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Suchong observed strangest of coincidences. On other side of a window, man in strange hat experimenting on Suchong's own creation. On plasmid. Man name of Fink. Outrage! Theft of intellectual property! But man name of Fink is no fool. Through addition of oxidizing agent, turns plasmid ingestible through stomach lining. Mr. Ryan very impressed with Suchong's initiative. Theft of intellectual property. Two-way street.
That would suggest that the tears exist here as well. So Fink is the one who made the plasmids drinkable, thus vigor, instead of having to inject them directly into the bloodstream like you did in the first game. Very curious.
Days. Her little girl's been missing for days. I'm a complete wreck of trouble.
I heard mentions of nosebleeds, although I'm sure it has nothing to do with what I'm thinking it does.
Fontaine got taken out by Ryan's goons for one reason, and one reason only.
There's another one.
Are you in the know? You've doubtlessly sampled products from Fontaine Futuristics. But do you know why Ryan Industries saved it? Frank Fontaine, business leader and benefactor of mankind? Or was he the best friend the parasite ever had? Were you aware his businesses were a front for a smuggling ring? And were you also fooled by his supposed charity work? At his free clinic, patients became test subjects, and his orphanages were places that children disappeared into and never came out. Once they learned the truth, Rapture's Central Council called for the arrest of Fontaine Futuristics' owner. But, a coward to the end, Fontaine found a hail of bullets preferable to facing justice. The council asked that Ryan Industries assume the burden of stewardship of Fontaine's ill-gotten assets. And Andrew Ryan accepted that burden for the people of Rapture. Now all citizens can enjoy these products, free of criminal taint. Now you know.
Not entirely true. Fontaine survived. There's the artist struggle. That's where we are headed, yes?
That unpleasantness with Fontaine.
Oh. Interesting. Preview of coming attraction.
Hey, pal. You want to help out the little lady?
Yes, of course. Interesting, isn't it? Original Sander Cohen. He calls it miasma.
I'm sorry, but I know precious little about art.
How does it make you feel?
I don't want to open my mouth for fear of
Well.
what foolishness might tumble out.
Box.
Would you like me to tell you what it means?
Clear up, please.
Oh, I would like so much to
So much alcohol. Why? This is a gallery.
Intended to show us the struggle of a great man, condemned to bring
Will it go away, please?
all that in that picture?
There we go, finally. Sorry, everyone.
What's this one?
Oh, please, it's so beautiful. What does it mean?
My my dear.
You've given me so much to think about. I feel a trifle swoony. Would you mind if I return tomorrow for further education?
I shall be here at your service. Until tomorrow.
Well, we got a mask, Elizabeth. Let's see what we can do with it.
Good. You've located the mask.
Third time's the charm.
All right. It's best we head back to Cohen's.
Indeed. That just goes back
Fine
downstairs.
piece of work back with those shopkeepers. You've got a bit of the grifter in you.
For that, you can thank my father.
Oh, yeah?
He was a man comfortable in a variety of roles.
So which father would this be? So it looks like...
Hand on the chain.
Yes. Yes, she's missing a finger.
What kind of field you in?
Field?
Yeah, occupation. Can't imagine what kind of employment would lead you to tag along on a job like this.
I suppose you could say I work in debt collection. This better work. Otherwise, we'll certainly look the fools.
Trust me.
Yes, she's still missing a part of her finger, so that means she went through the tear. She was taken by the Lutesses.
Ah, very well. Mr. Cohen awaits your participation at his performance.
Participation?
So who is this fellow Cohen? Some sort of underworld figure?
Worse. He's an artist.
An artist who kidnaps children.
Cohen's muse is a bit more diverse. I've seen this type. Gets an idea in his head, end a conversation. Don't matter who gets hurt.
I say quite like this room. It's reminiscent of the narthex from Final Fantasy XIII. This, not so much. Well, alright then, Elizabeth. This is where you wanted to go. Oh, look at the bunnies. Yeah, lots of the flowers.
Move, that's right, that's right.
Dancers on a string.
Open yourselves to the music, to the spirit of the eternal.
Curious.
Why do you fail in this fashion? To embarrass me in front of my muse? My muse shall not be mocked. Fitzpatrick! Please! Thus...
Save him for God's sake!
My muse shall not be mocked!
Good lord, mate.
Get them out of here! There shall be no failure on my canvas. Oh, there's no room in rapture anymore for the artist.
Strange place. Little Penny. I really want to talk to Sandra Cohen.
Who are you?
Name's DeWitt.
Is that right? My. This one's a real biscuit. Isn't he a biscuit, lady?
I need to ask you a few questions.
Questions? Yes. Yes. It is the work of man to ask. It is the work of the artist to answer.
You've seen this girl, haven't you?
We artists see more than most. You are more than you claim to be, little songbird, are you not? Watch this one, DeWitt. She'll take you where you don't want to go. But I know the child in that photo is important to you. So many children flit, flit, flit away. I know where the girl is. And I will send you to her. In exchange, all I ask is a dance.
What?
I see something in you two. Art strips away artifice. Show me who you are, and I will show you where you need to
Listen,
go.
Cohen, you son of a bitch.
Mr. DeWitt.
What?
Dance with me.
Come, dance!
I shudder to think what greater price he might care to extract.
Fitzpatrick! Beauty and pain. They can be no more separated than birth and blood.
What do you think Cohen's customers do with the children? Do they?
Sometimes. But those types lack the capital of people like Ryan and Suchong.
That's a blessing.
You saw those little sisters? You so sure? But if Suchong had Sally, I'd know it.
How?
Because I tied him to a chair and asked him.
So?
For 15 hours.
I don't know what to make of you, Mr. DeWitt.
Listen, we're not gonna keep...
Fitzpatrick!
Well, there goes that.
I know how to shine a light on your pain. A moth will become a butterfly.
Mr. DeWitt! Mr. DeWitt! Are you all right?
I'm fine.
You were dreaming. You kept saying your daughter's name, Sally.
She's not my daughter.
I thought...
Pain and beauty. To an artist, they are parent and child.
Cohen?
I'm sending you to find your young one. No need to thank me. I'm not so sure you'll like what you find.
I wonder if this Elizabeth has the power of the tears as well.
Look.
Fontaine's. Ryan sent the whole thing to the bottom.
But it's a prison now. Why would Cohen have sent Sally there?
I don't know.
Everyone has needs. I merely provide a service for those who have the means to pay. You'll find your little bird in the housewares department.
How many people do you suppose Ryan's got locked up in that place?
Enough. Fontaine had amassed something near an army. Now they're down there, spliced up and wild. All right, there's a dock up ahead.
Takes a cold son of a bitch to do that to a living person.
What's that?
Burial at sea.
You read your residency contract with Ryan Industries? In perpetuity, we're all buried at sea.
Right. I think we'll leave it here for the day. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please like it, share with your friends, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that very much. See you all next time with more Burial at Sea.